Good morning, everybody. This is Kim Danke coming to you live from Kennesaw, Georgia, where I represent the Shibboleth lifestyle here locally and thankfully through technology, all the rest of the places that Facebook reaches. So when you hop on here this morning, please say good morning, where you're watching from, and what type of Shibboleth day you are going to have today. I have an intermittent fasting day planned. Usually I'm ready to go for an intermittent fasting day on Mondays, especially if I've had some holidays over the weekend, which I did. I had holidays on Saturday and Sunday. Today is Monday, February 7th, 2022, and we're 38 days into the 2022 edition of the Game of Life. Our word of the day for 365 names, titles, and attributes of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is bridegroom. Bridegroom. So a bridegroom is the man on the wedding day, and we are his bride. So he is the bridegroom. It's kind of like, you marry somebody to make it permanent, to make a decision, a commitment. And that's why we often say you need to quit dating diets and marry Shibboleth. So it's similar. It's so amazing how many things are similar to our spiritual life. I hope that y'all have had a wonderful weekend. So today's devotion is about understanding your willpower. And when I opened this up this morning, this is the Word for You Today app. It says mistakes in setting goals. And I always like feedback. And so this one was kind of good in its little image up here because it showed you some specific things and then you can think through those things. So it's not feedback given to you by a person, but it's feedback that you're getting if you're willing to assess what you do on your own. So are your goals too big? Are there too many? Are they not specific, and are they not written? Because those are some ways to make some goals be achievable. Now, last night we had our online accountability meeting, and a gentleman that has been on Shibboleth for about a week, he asked a question about how he's been exercising and how does he get through the exercise because he's hungry after the exercise. And my recommendation was to focus on Shibboleth, one thing at a time. And if you've got a lot of weight to lose, then you want to focus on the food part first because it's really where the secret is. And so we want to focus on that part first. But what I thought about this morning, what I really wish I had told him was, if you are doing anything in the beginning of the Shibboleth lifestyle that's making you hungrier, you're sabotaging what you're doing. So if exercising is making you hungrier and it's harder to fight that battle, then there's another reason to take the advice that I gave and completely follow the Shibboleth lifestyle with maybe a little bit of walking, but not high intensity exercise. Sometimes we think we can do more things than we can. And this devotion this morning sort of reiterates that. And the other word that came to my mind this morning was resiliency. I think that if you have an eating problem, meaning you like to sit around and eat a lot of food when it's possible, and knowing that it doesn't make you feel good after, even if you've just eaten a meal and you can't wait, like let's say you eat a meal out and then you can't wait to get home and see what kind of other foods you could put in your face, that. Or let's say that you're an angry eater. Y'all ever been around somebody who they drink too much and they get angry? But then maybe there's an angry eater. You eat and then you're ticked. You're ticked at yourself and then you're angry about that. These are signs that you really do have an addiction of some sort. That's just a few of them. So if that is the case, then we really need to live the Shibboleth lifestyle to help keep this in check. Okay, so you use the management system to keep it in check. But the other thing I thought about this morning was resiliency. You've got to be able to bounce back every single day. And so I looked up the word resiliency. In resiliency, of course, it's not where I want it to be. Hang on. I liked the definition so much I took a picture of it. So there we go. Go to my photos. Resilient. Able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. So, if you have eaten a whole bunch of food, you didn't like that you did it, and you have a plan like Shibboleth, you've got to be resilient and not kick yourself over and over and over. Just get up the next day and be resilient and do the right thing that day. Do the right thing for 5 or 6 days, and then, oops, maybe you made a mistake. Get up again. Be resilient. And then the other thing that I thought was kind of funny, it says able to recoil or spring back into shape after bending, stretching, or being compressed. So I thought, so have we stretched our bodies out? It'll bounce back. Have we stretched our stomachs out? It'll bounce back. So it was kind of funny that it was able to spring back into shape if we are resilient. And that has to do with our body and our mind and our heart. Resiliency is pretty important. So let's think about that. But before I read this devotion, I want to see who's on here with me this morning on this Monday morning. Good morning, Diane, Columbus, Mississippi. IMF Day. Thank you for sharing, Diane. Hey, Ron, good morning on a perfect day in Lilburn. Hey, Colleen, good morning from Michigan, having a perfect day. And Kathy from Michigan, an IMF Day. Thank y'all for typing in bridegroom. Intermittent fasting day from Lilburn with Brenda Jones. Hey, Erica, good morning. IMF Day in Wichita. Hey, Christy, good morning from Ball Ground, Georgia. Having a perfect day. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate that. Hey, Julie, good morning from Indiana. Having a perfect day. Okay, Polly says she's in a rut. Prayers, please. Yes, we want to make sure that you get out of that rut. I'm trying to think. Now, we just need to do one day. One day. Let's do today, Polly. Let's just do today and get us out of that rut. All right, so I'll be praying for you. Hey, Michelle, good morning. IMF Day, Carrollton, Georgia. Hey, Dana, good morning. Tiger 16, Mulvane, Kansas. Hey, Cheryl, good morning. Holiday today with friends. Missed last night. We had a special event at church. I fasted 6 days last week and at a new low. Whoa, Cheryl, congratulations. That's awesome. Awesome. Success spinner. Hey, Shirley, good morning. Perfect day in Dalton. Like Michelle is praying for Polly. That's awesome. Hey, April, good morning. Had a holiday yesterday. Back on track with an IMF day. That's right. Being back on track. And we missed you on the call last night, April. Yes, thank you for typing in that word resilient, Michelle. Resilient. Thank you, Robin, for tagging your friends. Hey, Eloise, preach it to me, Kim. Good morning from Tallahassee. Perfect day. 5 pounds since getting back to the planet on January 31st. Congratulations, Eloise. That's awesome. And, I just spun this spinner, and it reminded me of this weekend. We had some folks in class today, a couple from Buford, Georgia. So special hello to Mike and June Fowler. And hey, Lynn, good morning from Chatsworth. Melinda from Kentucky, having a perfect day. And Robin, I love that. Robin says, it's the best I felt in years. Let's just spin the success spinner for that. You're welcome. We're so glad that we can help you feel like that. Hey, Charlene, good morning from Michigan, having a perfect day. That's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and read this devotion today. The verse is Romans 12:3. Don't cherish, and I thought this was kind of funny. When y'all read this kind of thing, I go, it makes me think. Don't cherish exaggerated ideas of yourself. Have a sane estimate of your capabilities. I thought, okay. We have exaggerated ideas about our capabilities. We like to think we can do it all. But no matter how disciplined you are or how hard you try, without a sane estimate of your capabilities, you're setting yourself up to fail. John Ortberg writes, willpower is finite. You don't get separate stockpiles for different areas. That's why a long list of New Year's resolutions is almost certainly doomed. It takes a whole lot of willpower to get on an exercise program to lose weight. If you then add onto that list, get on a budget, clean out your office, and all the other things that we can add, every week you set yourself up for failure. For most of us, our wills get depleted more quickly than our bodies. Ortberg suggests these. 1, schedule your most important tasks for when your willpower is strongest. For many people, that's the morning. One study shows that prisoners have a better shot at parole if their case is heard in the morning when the judge has a higher reserve of willpower and is more inclined to take a chance. Spend willpower wisely by not taking on too many tasks at once. That's number 2. This comes into play with that advice I was wanting to give Ben last night. 2, spend willpower wisely by not taking on too many tasks at once. Travis has said many, many times, if you've never been an exerciser and you need to lose weight, focus on losing weight first. If you are trying to put 2 new things into play in your life, one of them is going to get left out. So it's the food that's really going to make more of an impact. And y'all, it's not just the food, it's the habits that go along with it. If you look at that Shibboleth shield, only one of those things has to do with food. The rest of it's habits. And you know why people they get discouraged. They say, I can't do this. It's not that they think that Shibboleth is hard or anything. It's really not hard to understand. It's the fact that you're having to change habits. That's the hard part. Not understanding what Shibboleth is. It's making yourself make a change from breakfast to lunch, lunch to dinner, dinner to bedtime, and getting a day under your belt that was good. It's that's the hard part, until you've done it so many days in a row that you start to get used to it, and it starts to become what you do. And it starts to become what you do whether or not you want to do it at all. You just do it anyway. That's important. So let me read number 2 again. Spend willpower wisely by not taking on too many tasks at once, even after you have prayed about them. Generally, God works through your will, and he seldom gives you a free pass to disregard the laws of finitude he created. Number 3, set goals, but not too many. Lacking a few, we drift, but having an overabundance means we worry about them and accomplish less and suffer emotionally and physically. Number 4, remember that the one act of your will that replenishes willpower instead of depleting it is surrender. And Travis has that surrender group. God meant for prayer, solitude, and worship and meditation to be done in a way that restores us. So we can surrender to those. Set goals, but not too many. So what is the most important goal? Is the most important goal your health? Because if it's your health, focus on the weight loss part first, and then you'll get to where you can exercise and it won't make you so hungry. You've got to accomplish one thing at a time. And I actually needed to hear that because there's a lot on my plate in general. And I like to do a lot of things, and that puts a lot on my plate. So I bring things into my life because I enjoy doing things, but then I end up with a lot to do and can get a little stressed. So I need to set more manageable goals or not volunteer to do so much stuff. I don't know. All right, let's see. Good morning. Thank y'all for typing in the verse, Diane and Michelle. And Diane says, Lord, help me to have a sane amount of goals. This was so good for me to hear today. So good, because there's just a lot of stuff to do today. Let me focus on your will. That's right, Diane. All right, well, I hope that y'all have a blessed and wonderful Monday. Now, remember, if you're trying to earn some of those really fun shirts that you can unlock in the apparel store, that February is an awesome day to do that because there's only 4 of each day of the month. And make sure that you stay on track and live within the guidelines set forth for you just this month. Just in February, and then we'll analyze what we've done in the previous month, and we'll see if we need to make those adjustments, and we'll keep going for March. But today, just focus on today and have a great day, okay? And I hope that y'all join me tonight. If you're near Kennesaw, please join me at 6 p.m. for class. It's very important. And it is important that you register. We have a finite number of seats in the room. So go ahead and register and let me know you're coming. That'll be awesome. All right. Y'all have a blessed day. And if you haven't journaled, go ahead and do that. If you're watching on replay, please type in # Shibboleth for his glory. Bye, everybody.